All right, listen, I got tips in this video right now that is going to drastically help your SMG counter spraying, whatever, just help get rid of all that nonsense. All right, I'm going to teach you guys tips to get better at countering SMG spraying, as well as I'm going to teach you guys tips to help you understand the mindset of a controller player so you know how to come up with tips yourself. So right now, let's get into the video. First tip, let's get it. So the number one tip I got for you guys right now is to make sure that whenever you're being sprayed at by someone on high ground, the best thing to do is to make sure that you relocate and find somewhere else. Drop down in elevation, keep making new boxes, that way they get confused and they don't know where you are. And what I mean by this is whenever you're in this box and you're being sprayed at by high ground, the best thing to do is you're holding walls, right? You don't want to get shot, so you come down, you drop, you make a box, you come down, you drop, you make a box, come down, drop again, and you keep doing this. That way it gets confusing for the other person. They don't know where you are. It gives you time to heal, reload, get you back into the fight mentally and actually in the game with all your guns reloaded and such. So if you look at this from the outside, it literally looks like one big 1x1, and you can go up and down that 1x1. So if they ever come attacking your wall, you go up, down, back. Like, you literally just try and get away from them, hold as much walls as possible until you're ready to fight them. So that's the first tip I got for you guys. Let's get into the next one. So the second tip I have for you guys is that whenever I'm in a box like this and my opponent is in this box, these are all my walls, and I'm trying to spray and I'm really trying to pressure him and I'm trying to maybe take his wall or something like that, the best thing to do to counter this is to make sure that you find a way to change aggression and you change the pace of the game. And what I mean by that is, like, let's say I'm spraying. The most important thing to do is you wait for the person with the spray gun to either the minigun where it has to overheat or the SMG where it like runs out of ammo, right? You want to make sure that if I'm spraying really hard and I'm trying to get him to come out of his box, the second I go for a reload, that's the time when you shoot. So if I keep spraying and then I have to reload again, the second I'm going for a reload, that's when you go for an edit shot like that. And if you keep doing that, that might discourage me from wanting to box fight you, and therefore stop getting me to spray you, and then that's when you're in control of the fight, and then that's when you probably will win. So one thing I just want to point out, like, if I'm holding this wall, this meta right now is really broken. So like, if I'm standing still with just like a wooden wall, there's a lot of times where I get shot even though I'm turbo building. So I just want to like point this out and show you guys, like, this is like a legit thing. I'm not sure how much it happens in game, but right now I'm on 0 ping in creative. So it's like really important to make sure that if you're ever being SMG sprayed, make sure you get like something between you. That way you have 2 layers of protection and not just one. Okay, so here's another tip that might be a little slept on, but I mean, it's pretty common sense at the same time. I don't know, I don't really see a lot of people take advantage of it whenever I play controller and I'm spraying someone. And it's whenever I'm spraying someone, like the second like I'm spraying a lot, maybe I'm peppering and I go for a reload, that's when you want to shoot them, because they can't. The controller players they're greedy. Like, they wanna get their gun reloaded, especially if they don't have any other spray. Like, they'd rather spray than probably use a shotgun, especially if this is the Tommy gun or the drum gun in that case. So like, whenever you're spraying and then the second they like run out of a reload and they have to reload or something, just go in and pump them, and you can probably get a kill that way, or at least damage them to the point where they want to get out of the box. So another quick counter I just want to point out to that last move is that you can also fake reloads, and it's a great way to get people to come outside the box if they're just kind of camping in there. So for example, if I'm spraying right, I'm peppering them and I'm spraying really hard, the second I go for a reload, he comes out the box, I faked the reload and he came out the box. This is a demonstration, but it's a very great way to get someone to come outside the box, and you can get easy kill that way. So I want to point out a very high IQ play that is for controller players. This is the mindset of a controller player. What they do is they wait for weak points in walls and they literally just bust through a wall with an SMG and spray the living crap out of you. It's the most annoying thing. I do it to people all the time. I'm very sorry that I'm like that, but that's just how I do it, and it gets me a lot of kills. And I want to point out ways to counter it as well. So I'm gonna show you guys what I mean right now. It's like, I'm boxed up, I'm a controller player, I can't do anything, right? I'm stuck in a box. So now he's axing me, right? So I'm trying to hold my wall. Let's say he gets my wall, right? So he gets my wall. The second he gets my wall, I'm like pressed up against this and I'm spraying the crap out of him, because he thinks that when he gets the wall, now he's in control of the fight. But since the wall is very weak, it's like, maybe with a drum gun it's like 2 shots, and with an SMG it might be a little more, but the wall is very weak, so you can literally just spray through the wall and he will be taken so off guard by it. He'll literally be like this. He'll be backing up with his map out because he's shook and he's got someone in his box. I just want to point out that's the mindset. I'm going to point out some counters to it right now. If I'm trying to avoid being SMG sprayed, it's very important to really see like where this guy is in his box. So if he's in his box, he's like moving around, right? And he's kind of just like got his SMG out. He's looking at me. If I drop down on this stair, he's probably going to full send an SMG or even wait for me to replace the wall and then SMG like I just explained. So the most important thing to do is to come down, land on him with your shotgun, right? Examine for a quick second. Then if you go for a wall replace, so you're gonna take his wall and just hold it. Literally just hold it. That way he can't come through. And then if he does come through, you shoot him and back up and keep your distance from the guy. And that way you'll be able to stay alive longer, keep him away from you so he can't get in your box and you literally get two-pieced. And that's literally the best way to counter SMG sprays. Just make sure that you keep your distance in these fights and it will really help you a lot. When it comes to being SMG sprayed, it's important to note that you need to keep your head up. Make sure that you stay calm, cool, and collected in a box. It's one of the biggest tips because a lot of people freak out. Just hold that wall and keep them at bay for as long as you could until they run out of a clip or their ammo or whatever the case may be. Try and keep them outside of your box as most as possible. These are some of the biggest tips and one of the best things you can do when it comes to getting controllered by any SMG or minigun or whatever the case may be. Make sure you just try and get them to get away from you, get them distracted, maybe get them third parties. Hit them hard with one of the tips I was talking about with the walls. That way they back up and they're scared to fight you. There's a bunch of things in this game that you can do, and I hope some of these tips really helped you. But without further ado, I'm gonna let this play out and watch this 200 pump real quick. Thank you. I have 3 things that are really important right now. Number 1, make sure if you guys want to follow my channel and hit no, I'm playing. Make sure that if you guys want to be featured in the description of my videos, that you go into the in the comment section and you give me a future video idea that I haven't done yet, and leave your Instagram or your Twitter or whatever you want, or your sisters, at whatever you want to be linked in the description, in the description of my video to shout you out. I will do that if the video is a good idea and I actually end up making it. So I just want to let you guys know that. Number 2 is that make sure you go down in the description and hit the freaking links to my other social medias. All right, I got plenty of social media. Make sure you freaking follow me on one of those things. It would mean the world to me. In all honesty, I appreciate all the love that I've been getting recently. It's honestly the best thing that's happened to me. Also, number 3, make sure you leave a like, you comment, subscribe, and you turn on the post notification bell as well. It would literally mean the world, so you know when I post another video next time it goes live. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the little chat right here in this little rant. I'll talk to you guys later. Everyone have a great night. Peace.